but meals have the power to bring us together. With authentic ingredients that add tradition to any table, Cacique will make every moment unforgettable. Authentic flavor, real moments. Cacique.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo. When Dad brings up the importance of credit, you're ready.
Dad, Fargo, what's my FICO score?
Wow, so you're on the far.
Do you Fargo? You can with Wells Fargo. What else can Fargo do? Instantly tell you what you spend on things like food.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries this month?
Hey Dad, I got to for dinner? Want faster, easier banking? You can with Wells Fargo.
This season, big winner tailgate deal. 10 original crystals for $9.99. 10 spicy wings for $9.99. Or get a both for $19.99. It's a touchdown for everyone. Crystal, now you know.
You're gonna love the Labor Day sale at Babcock Home Furniture and More. Up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, 4 days only, we'll pay your sales tax. This 5-piece dining room set, $4.99. This beautiful queen bed, $6.99. Save $400 on this 2-piece sectional. Buy select Sealy mattress sets and get a free LG TV. You'll love this Labor Day sale. Up to 50% off. Easy finance options plus 4 days only. September 1st through the 4th, we'll pay your sales tax. Babcock Home Furniture and More.
Short or long, every tale tells a story, and Pet Supermarket gets that.
Who's my sweet girl? Is this for you?
Try catching this one.
Who's on you?
I totally agree.
Pet Supermarket, everything you need to make your pet's tail a happy tail. Scan this QR code and save big with our exclusive Labor Day coupon.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease a Santa Fe for $269 a month, or get a Tucson or Santa Fe with up to $2,500 bonus cash or 3.29% APR at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Well, despite lingering questions about the cost of the city-sponsored senior event in Atlanta, council members have given the go-ahead to another party. The mayor's office promised the council that spending will not be an issue at October's event.
Fox 5's Mark Stiggs has spoken to the official who led the investigation.
The Senior Ball is an important event for the city of Atlanta. It gets the seniors out of the house and makes them feel extra special for one day. But an investigation done by a government office found problems with the way expenses were handled for the event at the downtown Hyatt. Taxpayers got a sizable bill from it.
I did want to acknowledge for the public that we did receive the Office of Inspector General's report.
The report showed City Hall charged more than $100,000 to the taxpayers for the amount not covered by private sources.
It just doesn't smell right, and as a taxpayer, I definitely don't want to see my dollars spent.
Hotel rooms booked for city employees, even members of the mayor's family. The Office of Inspector General, led by Shannon Manigault, said procedures were not followed.
Well, given what you all looked at, does this fall more on one end of the spectrum, sloppy, or the other end of the spectrum, fast and loose with the taxpayer dollar?
I don't know that I would characterize it as either.
Missteps is the word she used.
Are there steps that need to be taken in terms of the process to shore up how these things are handled, or are the processes already there that people need to follow?
In this case, it's the latter.
On Wednesday, the mayor's office briefed council members on the next senior ball slated for October.
We will have the necessary coordination between finance, procurement, and everybody else to make sure that any portion of this that would be city source will also be enacted in the appropriate manner.
Now, Mr. Dickens did write a check to reimburse the City Hall Treasury for his hotel suite and the 2 additional rooms used by family members. Now, a not so serious note to these parties. Typically, they can draw about 25 to 30 women for every man who shows up. And I'm told if you're there, it's interesting to watch a little bit of competition. From Northeast Atlanta, I'm Morris Diggs, Fox 5 News.
Governor Brian Kemp is weighing in on the call from some Georgia Republicans to investigate Bonnie Willis. I'm Brittany Eddy, and just ahead his response on what he'll do with the district attorney.
no more tropical troubles for our state. We are looking at some delightful weather to roll into the Labor Day holiday weekend. A little bit of a lift though with some cloud cover, east wind, breezy, but how about some mild temperatures? We'll get to that in a minute.
Fox 5 News is brought to you by Superior Plumbing. Call 770-422-PLUM.
If you think your accident happened fast, wait until you see how quickly the insurance company tries to avoid paying you.
No one moves faster or works harder to get you the most money possible.
Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
At Battery Plus, we bring power to your life. Extreme heat is tough on your car battery. If you are not sure how much life is left in your car or truck battery, visit us for a free battery test today.
Never this overstocked, never this overpriced on Labor Day. New York's famous store cancels 300 orders. It's $7.99 to the dump. California handmade heirlooms, $9.95. King size free. Fully powered top grain leather. Never overstocked at season kickoff. Never 67% off price. 75% off Kuda's highest grade leathers. Canceled truckloads, true mahogany, 70% off. Authentic $10,000 Tibetans, $9.95. Famous stores and prices. Never this overstocked and this overpriced. Labor Day weekend. To the top, to the top, to the top.
The Acura Summer Performance Event going on now.
It's go time.
I like 5 dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99.
Second fried dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99.
A deal so good it's worth repeating, but it won't last long. Some are affordable. Eat and repeat while lasting. It's go time. America, come along with our adventure seekers and discover summer with Ford. Join friends Raisa and Leslie on an epic adventure with the capability of the Ford Bronco Sport. Head on with the Stevens family and stay connected with built-in Wi-Fi in the Ford Explorer. Road trip with the Sanchez family and available hands-free highway driving in the Ford F-150. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
People think that just because I'm the VP of party, that all I care about is the party. And that's just not true. You also have Hollywood and soirees. Wow. Play days and play nights, feasts and functions. There are get-downs and get-togethers. Your bliss bashes and barn burners. Plus your shindigs and jamborees. It seems that we're actually quite well-rounded here. All we do is party. Stick around.
Accidents can happen at any time. That's why we're here 24/7. Evenings, weekends, even holidays. Getting you the help you need whenever you need it. That's the strong arm.
Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Governor Brian Kemp is rejecting calls for a special session to investigate Fulton County District Attorney Bonnie Willis. This in response to Willis's RICO indictment of former President Trump and 18 others.
Fox 5's Brittany Edney is live outside the Georgia State Capitol tonight with new details from the governor in response to those controversial proposals. Brittany?
Well, some Georgia Republicans have called for investigations into Fulton County District Attorney Bonnie Willis in order to remove her from office. But Governor Brian Kemp is not folding under pressure from the GOP. In fact, he says that he refuses to hold an emergency session in order to investigate her.
I haven't seen anything legally that I think she's done. Now listen, politically, I think this has been drug out way too long.
A firm declaration by Governor Brian Kemp as he rejects the push by some Georgia Republicans to remove Fulton County DA Bonnie Willis from office. Republicans like State Senator Colton Moore want to see Willis's office defunded and created a petition aimed at triggering an investigation into her actions. A move the governor says won't be supported by his office.
And in Georgia, we will not be engaging in political theater that only inflames the emotions of the moment.
Adding as long as he's in office, he'll follow the Constitution regardless of who it helps or harms politically.
We have a law in the state of Georgia that clearly outlines the legal steps that can be taken if constituents believe their local prosecutors are violating their oath by engaging in unethical or illegal behavior. Up to this point, I have not seen any evidence that D.A. Willis's actions or lack thereof warrant action by the prosecuting attorney oversight commission.
And warns elected officials of repercussions from trying to defund or file complaints against Willis's office.
You have to be very careful when you're in power in government not to abuse that power, because if you do, you set the precedent for the other side using what you did in the future against you.
Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones is also weighing in. He says that what Moore is requesting is, quote, not practical. For the Lieutenant Governor's full statement on this topic, we've put that on our website in the story. Just go over to fox5atlanta.com and you can find it there. Reporting live outside the Georgia State Capitol, I'm Brittany Henning for Fox 5 News.
Former President Donald Trump pleads not guilty in Georgia's election interference case and waives his arraignment. That means he can skip making an appearance at a hearing next week in Fulton County. He's also asking for his case to be severed from his co-defendants. His attorneys say they will not have enough time to prepare for a trial if it is in fact held on October 23rd. That's the date the Fulton County prosecutors requested for the trial to start. According to the latest motion, former president's lawyers contend Mr. Trump will not receive a fair trial and due process of law if his lawyers have less than 2 months to prepare. The former president and the 18 other co-defendants are accused of illegally trying to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election here in Georgia.
The weather is this the proverbial calm after the storm?
Big time. Man, on the backside of these tropical systems, it gets kind of nice.
Yeah.
You get this. We'll get some drier air in here. It's going to kind of lag behind a little bit, but the mild temperatures coming. Come on, here we are at the end of August versus September.
Can't beat that.
We're talking 80s. Yeah, we'll take that indeed. Let me show you what's going on. This is a pretty shot here from our 101 Marietta camera, looking through the heart of Midtown Atlanta. Temperature right now is at 86. We nudged 87 this afternoon, and that's right on target for the final day of August. 68 report this morning, and that's near the wake-up temperature average of 70, I would say. Readings across North Georgia, pretty nice up in Blairsville, 76 right now. Eden's has been the warm spot. Newton's now at 88. 88 up in Rome, but yeah, we'll take that. That's kind of nice. Big picture shows this is a tropical storm, or what used to be Idalia over there now off the Carolina coast. It's what we call a post-tropical cyclone now. You get a little bit of moisture coming off the Gulf of Mexico, a little trough down there. We'll keep an eye on it as it kind of comes our way. No big fun business for that, other than some cloud cover and a chance of some morning showers well down to the south of Metro Atlanta. We're still watching the tropics because, man, we got a lot going on. What's this? Pacific Low, and check this out. Wow. All right, so let's get your bearings. There's Idalia on the move. This is still Hurricane Franklin. Remember that? Well, it's just kind of hanging around north of Bermuda. Maximum winds 90 miles an hour. Pretty good hurricane right there. This little cluster, only a slight chance of development over the next week or so. And look what popped on the scene. Little cluster of thunderstorms there. That's Tropical Storm Jose. All that not a threat to the U.S. And we got 2 more areas coming off the African coast. This one we'll keep an eye on, but it looks like it's going to be out in the central Atlantic and no big deal. You think, well, what's going on? Well, we're at the peak of the tropical season. We turn the page, get into September. Top of the bell curve is September the 10th with named storms. And we start sliding down. If you remember, October can get really busy with the warm waters down in the Gulf of Mexico. So we're about halftime right now of a very busy season. Temperatures tonight work their way into the upper 60s to near 70. There's a chance of light showers out towards the LaGrange area, and we'll keep that down there southwest of the city. That's why those high temperatures in Carrollton, LaGrange, and Peachtree City be in the 70s tomorrow, where we got some lower 80s towards Athens with a nice little easterly wind. And it's going to be breezy tomorrow as well, and wind kicking up out of the east. Watch this. Yeah, wind gusts tomorrow right around noon, lunchtime. They're in the upper teens, low 20s, still kind of noticeable. Damaging winds, I don't believe, but it's still going to be noticeable. And then we'll turn it back a little bit in here through the day on Saturday. I mentioned the chance of a few showers down here. There's a little disturbance trying to come northbound. Let's keep an eye there in between here and Columbus. And then by Friday afternoon, you'll see a little bit out there on the south side, and that's it. Now, the rest of it's going to be dry. Don't anticipate anything. And that's just on Friday. By the time we roll into Saturday, Well, the east wind's still a bit with us. We'll still have a few clouds to start the day, I think, on Saturday. There's Saturday morning in the 60s, but then by Saturday afternoon, oh, it looks grand and glorious up through the 80s into the low to mid 80s or so by Saturday afternoon. Then we start turning up the heat a little bit. You knew that was going to happen. So next couple days, hanging out in the 80s. By the time we get on Monday, Labor Day, we're pushing 90. Next week, here come the lower 90s. Not record heat, just some late summer heat. The extended outlook stays really, really dry after a very sunny and pleasant weekend. We'll talk college football forecast for you coming up.
All right, Josh Kelly's on. David, thanks very much. I'm News 6 ATV is bringing an update on Operation Heatwave. The department's efforts to crack down on guns, gangs, and drugs.
We are seeing a reduction in homicides in our city, a reduction in aggravated assault, as well as reduction in shootings. That's not by accident. That is a partnership that spans our federal, state, and local partners, and that is a focus on the areas that we know that we can influence.
We immediately went to training officers and to working with him to make sure we conquered this problem. And I can tell you to date this year, we're up 370% in gang warrants. That is the work of the men and women who wear that uniform. And it's the work that's keeping us safer.
Operation Heatwave is now in its second year, began last summer, and this year's efforts are being called a success. Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis says the operation resulted in 39 known gang members being arrested this summer. For the full year to date, the city has more than 100 gang convictions, and gang-related homicides are down 29%.
The opioid crisis has hit every state in the country, but the Biden administration says it has a new plan to help Americans who are suffering from addiction. We'll take a closer look coming up.
If you have an Amazon Alexa-enabled device in your home, ask her to enable the Fox 5 Atlanta skill so you can get local updates anytime straight from Fox 5. Brought to you by Delta Community Credit Union.
I would absolutely recommend Morgan & Morgan to family and friends because that's how much it helps me.
Brandsmart USA's Labor Day sale is going on now. This LG stainless steel French door refrigerator is now only $15.95. Or relax on this sectional sofa for